Today is day 8 of the 30-day Fruitarian challenge, and I'm going to give everybody an update, but I want to allow some time for some people to jump on here. This has been really, really cool to be able to share this with everybody. If you haven't had a chance to check out the first 7 days, make sure you do that to kind of get an idea how it goes. And, look forward to you guys jumping on for the next, 22 days after today. But all in all, it's been a really cool journey. So, like I said, I want to keep everybody updated, kind of give an idea of what's going on each day for me, and to give you guys an opportunity to share how your diet's going, how you're challenging yourself, and be supportive for each other, right? If you have any questions or any, just tips or that you want to share, or, if you're looking for any guidance at the end of the day, that's kind of what this whole 30-day Fruitarian challenge is all about. But for me, day 8 was pretty normal day for me. I'm starting to notice something that is starting to happen with my body. I'm not the last 2 days, yesterday and today. I just haven't been as hungry as I usually am. So I'm listening to my body and I'm not eating as much. I think that my body is doing some healing and preparing itself to either fall into a healing event or just to continue healing. So what happens is, like, my body is ultimately utilizing the additional energy that it has, since I've been on this 8 days, and using it to do some healing. And it's not a bad feeling by any means. It's just I'm not really hungry. You know what I'm saying? Um, a lot of the times when we're hungry, it's not actually hunger. A lot of the times, it's a few different things. It's your body's um, internal terrain, specifically like fungus and things that are even parasites, things that are actually growing in your, I shouldn't say growing, but manifesting in your body to handle a lot of the additional um, acid forming aspects that are going on inside your body. So those funguses and things, they yearn for, they want more of what you're giving them. So that's a lot of times what the hunger is, and a lot of times it's also your body healing. Sometimes your stomach, goes through so much damage by eating acid forming foods and cooked foods and stuff that it gets damaged, and those feelings you get in the morning where it feels like intense hunger, it's really just the healing going on in that aspect. But for me, I like I said, I just haven't been extremely hungry. You know what I'm saying? Oh, appreciate it, Ryan Melpica. Yes, I'm glad that you're doing it with me as well. But yeah, I just haven't been as hungry, so I'm listening to my body. I think that's important. The great thing is that when you start to eat cleaner, you're more aware of things actually happening, and why they're happening, versus kind of being clueless and then almost throwing like a dart against the wall and hoping something lines up. But for me, I'm just listening to my body. I didn't eat too much today. I tried to eat, like the plan was to eat about 6 or 7 bananas, but after I got done with about two, that was it. Like, I just wasn't that hungry, so I stopped there, and then I had about a pound of grapes, and I had one smoothie, my typical banana mango smoothie, and banana mango leafy green smoothie, and then I had some dried mangoes. Right, and that's it. So from a caloric standpoint, I'm still probably 1100 maybe ish. So for the last couple of days, that's kind of where I've been at. And like I said, I think my body is utilizing that additional energy to do some healing and whatnot, or it's prepping up for some type of healing event. Either way, I'm going to allow my body to do what it does and guide me, as opposed to trying to force feed myself to make sure I get a certain amount of calories. Um, Through my what's going on in the last few months, I mean, I'm all game to lose a couple pounds as well. So that's just an added benefit of doing this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think right now I've lost roughly 5.6 pounds in 8 days. So not bad. The other day I gained a couple pounds and then I kind of lost it back. But sometimes that's going to be, your body holding water for specific reasons, and bowel movements and things of that nature. So, but we'll see how that goes there. But that's kind of where I'm at. I'm really interested in to see how this manifests in the next few days. If I continue not feeling hungry, or if that's going to start prepping up to be me being more hungry in the next few days. But we'll see. We'll see what my body has in store for me. That's a part of the journey, 100%. So looking forward to that, and we'll kind of go from there. But um, I've been really enjoying jumping on here and sharing these updates with all of you and hearing some of the questions and things that you guys have. So feel free to post any questions, any health questions, any diet questions that you have about fruits and food and what, is this healthy or is this not healthy? Should I be eating this? Should I not be eating that? Because I think not only does that, help you in your journey, but it helps other people as well. So it gives them an opportunity to hear some different perspective and kind of get an idea of what path they should take. Because at the end of the day, like, we're all in different spots, we're all on different journeys, and I'm all about meeting you where you're at. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's about making those incremental steps towards getting healthier. It's not about going cold turkey. It's not about, just going 100% raw or 100% fruitarian or whatever the case may be in one day. It's about, allowing yourself to not only do it in the, from a physical standpoint, but a mental standpoint as well, because that's where the difficulties come in, the mental side. Because some people might go cold turkey, and then a couple months later, a couple weeks later, they fall off, and then they can't get it back. And mainly because they did not understand the mental aspect of it, the emotional aspect of it, and the spiritual aspect of it. They all play a huge role in getting your overall health, in a better place. So very imperative, very important. But for me, like, mentally, I'm sharp. I feel good. This has not been, so far, day 8, not really been a struggle. I talked about the minor struggles I had yesterday. I'm sorry, on Sunday. That was the minor struggle I had. But other than that, it's been pretty clear. We got day 9 tomorrow, day 10 the next day. Thursday is going to be an interesting day. That's day 10, because me and the wife, we're actually going on mammographer. Come on now. Um, Day 10 is going to be interesting because we're going to a comedy show at the Choctaw Casino to see Sebastian Maniscalco. So usually that would be a day where we would actually go out to eat and probably eat some cooked food prior to going to the show. But with us being on this 30-day challenge, we're not going to do that. So it'll be interesting to be in that element, how that's going to go, because you know you're at a show like that, and people are eating and drinking. Granted, we don't drink or anything like that, so that's not really an issue anymore for us. But we're going to be in that element, that social element. So I can't wait to give you guys an update on how that goes. That should be interesting. But other than that, like I said, it's been going pretty clean. It's really cool to be able to do this with my wife, and also, our her best friend and her mother, my mother-in-law, and kind of give updates on that. And like I said, we're not all doing the same thing. Her best friend is giving up meat for 30 days, and then her mom is giving up, I believe it's cheese and bread for 30 days. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's been good. So I'll leave it up to you guys. If you guys have any questions or any comments or anything, what are you trying to eliminate from your diet? What type of goals do you have for yourself? Are you challenging yourself on this 30-day challenge? Like I said, you don't have, just because I'm on day 8 doesn't mean you got to be on day 8. It could be day 1 for you, right? What's one thing you can give up for 30 days and stick to it? I did this challenge because I know I needed to regroup, and it's been fantastic. And I hope that each one of you are challenging yourself in that same way, because it's not just about accountability, it's about support, it's about community, and it's about sharing this energy with each one of you guys, because it expands collectively. Nicole, what is up, Nicole? Sorry if you already answered this, but have you had any negative detox symptoms? Um, the only thing I've had, well, I mean, I use I won't say negative, because ultimately a symptom is a positive thing, because it is your body doing what it does. But the only thing that I've had, and this was the night I ate the um, the raw brownie, which was it's nut based nuts and it's dates. I felt my adenoids start to flare up a little bit. I felt a little bit of burning there, and almost like the beginning of something like a sore throat. And it happened literally right after I ate it. I mean, that's a heavy fat, heavy protein dose right then and there. I felt that, but it subsided. Like I said, I'm not eating that all the time. It was just one time, and it was a small little piece. That's the only thing I felt. Besides, the only other thing was day, I think it was 3 or 4. I alluded to it in the videos prior to this. I either ate a bad apple or some bad leafy greens, and it messed my stomach up a little bit. But other than that, I've been totally fine, but I do feel that my body is ramping up. It is utilizing energy to do some healing and to do some cleaning right now. It just hasn't manifested into anything, um, tangible yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't, no stuffy nose, no coughing, no sore throat, nothing like that. So we'll see. I'll keep everybody posted on that, but um, I'm definitely not as hungry that as I usually and typically would be. So that just tells me that the body is using the energy that it would use for digestion for other things. So, good question, though. Good question. So you're not doing just fruit, you're doing nuts too. Oh, just one time. No, I'm doing a fruitarian challenge. So the fruitarian diet is going to be fruits, leafy greens, nuts, and seeds. That's the fruitarian diet. That's what I'm doing for 30 days, 30 days straight. No cooked meal, nothing, 100% raw. That is the game plan. Yes. How's the BMs? The BMs have been, besides when I ate the bad leafy greens and or the apple. I can't tell which one it was because they were kind of back to back. Um, they've been they've been great. They've been normal. Normal in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Very, very good. The extra hydration obviously helps that aspect daily. Um, yeah, been great. Great question though, because that is a huge benefit when you eat cooked food. Like, dehydration is a thing. And when you're dehydrated, your body does not have the type of hydration to have steady bowel movements, or it's going to pull that water from organs and other vital things within your body to actually have a bowel movement. So it is imperative that you're eating a hydrating diet, you're getting your water intake and all those things. And that's what's great about this challenge. I know for 30 days I'm going to get massive amounts of hydration, and it feels good, and everything's just flowing. You could feel that your body is just flowing. There's no stagnation going on. So great question. Thank you, Nicole. But yeah, these are great questions, because a lot of times when these questions come up, they answer things that I like. They make me bring up things that I'm not even thinking about, and that was a great question, because that's a big part of it too. There's so many aspects to health that we take for granted, that we don't realize are absolutely important. And it's important that we really get an idea, or I shouldn't say an idea, but really have the um, kind of our focus on what's truly giving us signs that things are on the path to health or on the path to dis-ease within the body. All right. Hi, Wendy Water. How are you? Oh, I like how you're doing nuts, seeds, and greens too. Now that I can do for 30 days as opposed to the fruit only. Yeah, like, look, fruit is the food. My philosophy and what I profess. Fruit is the most electrical food on the planet, the most energy efficient. But I do think optimally the fruitarian diet with the leafy greens, because you get the extra mineral content. It's really amazing for the gut. And then the nuts and seeds kind of help balance out some of the amino acids that we need to get a true complete diet. So and when I say nuts and seeds, I'm talking raw, not roasted almonds and things of that nature. Raw nuts. That's the optimal diet. That is what I call the gold standard. That's what I feel that humankind should be striving for. Like that's the gold standard. Now, will we all get there to where we're doing that 100% of the time? It's hard. Obviously everybody's on a different journey, but if you know that's the gold standard, you know what you need to improve in your diet to ultimately take that step towards health, right? If you're you eat a lot of processed foods and a lot of meats, right? That's kind of the bulk of your diet, and you know what the gold standard is. Okay, well, let me eliminate some stuff, let me add some more of this stuff in, and then I'm getting closer to that gold standard. That means I'm getting healthier. I'm taking steps to improve my life versus staying in the same path and ultimately subsiding to whatever disease is going to manifest. Because one way or another, it's going to manifest, right? So you want to do as much as you can to get as close to that gold standard as possible. All right. So great questions. Thank you. Shout out Wendy Water. Thank you for jumping on. Hello. How are you? Yeah. So I'll continue to keep everybody updated. Tomorrow, day 9. I don't have anything on the docket as far as anything specific I'm going to eat. I'm still waiting on my mangoes. Like this is what I talked about. Actually, I have a video coming out that's going to even go deeper into this. Um, but this is the frustration with living in America, is that you have a selection of fruits that are most likely picked too early. So these mangoes that we bought, and I got like, shoot, I don't know exactly, maybe 9 or 10 of them. And look, they're not cheap here in the States, right? 9 or 10 mangoes that have still not ripened. And I think I bought them Saturday. So, when I say not ripened, like they're hard as a rock. Like it's not even. I mean, it's almost like they're. I don't know if they're modified or something. Who knows? We'll see. Hopefully they ripen because I'm really looking forward to eating those mangoes. And we're probably gonna have to re up tomorrow as well. We're kind of running out of fruit. So when we went Saturday, tomorrow's gonna be Wednesday. Yeah, it's about time for us to re up. So get some more bananas, get some more grapes because I'm running through these grapes like they're going out of style. Um, yeah, so I have an update on that when I go to the grocery store as well. So the cool thing about my ebook, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, is I do have a grocery list on there with um, the calories that go along with it. So like, okay, to get my calories, I know I need to eat 6 or 7 bananas. I need to eat, 5 or 6 oranges, whatever the case may be. And you can make your grocery list, and you could utilize that grocery list to do your shopping as you start to transition towards a more fruit based diet for sure. Windy Water says, but oh, here we go, Nicole. When you see my name, you realize that I'm the one that interviewed you, right? Just wondering if you know my name or did you forget me? Oh, never that, Nicole. Are you kidding me? That's one of my favorite podcasts. Never that. And I love your reels. I'm a huge fan, so I appreciate. I'm actually, very flattered that you're on my live. To be honest, so yes, I would never, never, never forget you, Nicole, ever. But doesn't steak have a lot of protein? Does it have anything good for you? Steak has absolutely nothing good for you, and I'm gonna tell you why really quick. Number one, you're cooking it. So what does cooking a steak do? A couple things. Number one, you're changing the chemistry of that steak. What are you cooking it with? You're cooking with oil or butter, most likely. Both of those things absolutely bad for you, extremely fattening. You're probably seasoning that steak. There's not one. Seasonings are horrible for your gut. One of the big issues from a B12 standpoint is garlic and things of that nature. They're going to really, really, really mess up your absorption factor when it comes to things for the B vitamin aspect. What else? Okay, so steak is also a heavy protein food, and it's cow protein. It is not human protein, meaning your body has to go through extra processes just to break it down to amino acids and take those amino acids and then build them up into human protein. That process takes a lot of energy from your body, vital energy. And vital energy is what our body uses to ultimately heal and you know, spark the processes that our body does, like breathing, like sleeping, like digesting, healing, all these different things that your body does. So when you eat a piece of steak, you are getting low energy because there is no electromagnetic energy in a cooked piece of steak, absolutely zero, right? You're getting low energy and it burdens your body, it taxes your body of a massive amount of energy just to digest it. A piece of steak could stay in your stomach anywhere from 8 to 24 hours. And if you're eating it with something else, it's going to be closer to the latter than the lower amount. So not to mention it is acid forming. So acid forming foods, acids build up within your body, and you know, acids are destructive. They start to, as they accumulate, they start to destroy your insides, your inner terrain. So I know that's a very long-winded answer, but steak is not good for you by any means. I don't care what anybody's told you. It is not good for you by any means. But great, great, great question. Great, great question. Nicole said, scroll up to my last comment, LOL. All right. Have you read The Grape Cure? You know what? I have not, but I've heard a lot of people allude to it. I finished the China study recently. Have not done the Grape Cure yet. Interested? I'll have to check it out. J 1989. What up, fool? What's up, man? How's it going? What up? What up? What up? Peace and love, everybody. I'm gonna check out that Grape Cure though. If there's anything specific in that book that you want to share, Tyler, please share it. You know, Dr. Morse really, you know, he alludes to the grape cure a lot because he utilizes grapes, you know, in his detox program. You know, grapes for like the first 20 to 40 days, nothing but grapes. Grapes are amazing because they are extremely astringent. You know, meaning when you eat them, they pull a lot of that built up mucus and that built up those built up acids forming and that built up paste that ends up being formed through eating bread and gluten and things of that nature, and that mucoid plaque, it pulls it. That's the beauty of fruits, and especially grapes, extremely astringent. And obviously the water content that's in grapes and whatnot. So just grapes are absolutely amazing. I love grapes. Um, you know, they just have so many benefits to detoxing at the end of the day, for sure. What did you eat today from breakfast all the way until now? Okay, so breakfast today, I wasn't that hungry today, so I did not eat anything till roughly close to 2 o'clock. And I attempted to eat 6 bananas, but I only got through two today. Just like I said, I've been listening to my body. So I ate 2 bananas. And then after that, I had a pound of grapes about 2 hours later. And then I made myself a smoothie, which consisted of mango, leafy greens, frozen mango, by the way, leafy greens, and 3 bananas. And I shared this with my daughter actually. So I had that, and then I had some dried mango shortly before I came on this call. So roughly on Chronometer, I'm at about 1,100 ish calories right now. And then I had, trying to look at my water intake. I think I'm about a little bit over half a gallon of water right now. So that's what my day has looked like so far. All right. She was curing cancer back in the early 1900s. Love these history books on nutrition. Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, when it comes to things like cancer, allowing your body the most electricity, number one, the energy, and then, the electricity through the fruits, but also the high energy foods with low burden just allows more energy for the body to start to heal because believe it or not, cancer is a healing mechanism, right? So if you allow your body to go through its course and have the vital energy to actually complete what it's intending to do, you're going to you're going to be mesmerized about what it can do. And remember, cancer is actually a healing mechanism. So there's a lot of books on that too. I'm excited to read The Grapes Cure, but I think I got a couple over here. Cancer is Not a Disease is a great book. When Healing Becomes a Crime, I just started that one. That one's got some things about cancer as well. But yeah, and What Really Makes You Ill. That's a really good one. It's a big book. It's like a reference book, but it's fantastic as well. Even then, all the mainstream doctors wouldn't touch her protocol. Sad how long we'd had this info. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, it wouldn't make money. You know what I mean? The money's in the medicine. Cancer is one of the most profitable diseases to man, if not the most. If I'm not mistaken, the average cancer patient spends about $150,000 during their healing, or I shouldn't even say healing, but during their um, diagnosis process. So it's pretty crazy. There's just no money in it, and the healthcare system, is not set up is not set up for something like that. It is built on a treatment based foundation. So radiation and surgery and chemotherapy, those three things are all treatment based. They have treatment based foundations and they are extremely expensive and they coincide with the insurance system and whatnot. So it doesn't make sense for cures. Remember that. I mean, that's the most important thing. Like financially, it does not make sense to have cures because you don't want cures. And I don't, and I'm saying you obviously subjectively, I'm talking about the system itself. They don't want cures. They want customers. And once you cure somebody, they are no longer a customer. So it's a sad state of affairs, but it's kind of where we're at, specifically here in America. But that's another reason I do what I do. I'm just here to spread as much truth and light as I can so we can understand that, look, we have the power. Our bodies are absolutely powerful as long as you provide it the correct conditions and the correct environment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But great, great, great questions, guys. I'm going to shut it down in just a little bit, but I'll give everyone one last chance if they have anything else they want to share or ask or anything along those lines. Um, and then I'll be back on tomorrow. See, tomorrow's Wednesday, so I'm not sure. I'll be on in the evening at some point. Probably later around this time, actually. Now that I think about it, because like I said, we got to go to the grocery store and re-up. I'll probably be posting some pictures of our colorful cart on my page, so make sure you check that out. And we'll see what we can get. Hopefully these mangoes will start to get ripe because that's my favorite fruit, man. When mangoes are ripe, there's nothing better than mangoes. Nothing better than mangoes. And I keep talking about it. I'm gonna say it again, man. We just came back from the Dominican Republic, and man, the mangoes were just, oh my gosh, heaven. Like so good. So I could live on those mangoes. And they were so cheap, so inexpensive compared to what we pay here. Granted, they're native there, they grow them there and whatnot. The goal is to when we move, which might be the Dominican Republic, um, is to have fruit trees and be able to grow our own fruit. So yeah, that's the plan. But I appreciate each one of you guys. This is important um, for the world. I mean, if you look at the foundation of health in this, I'm just going to talk about this country, in this country, America. Um, the detriment of it is our health, as our food choices, our dietary choices, and it's mainly because of what's pushed, the propaganda, and how we've been conditioned to look at food and health in the first place. So The more we can talk about it together, the better we can be and cause that ripple effect so we can start pushing true health, natural health on the community, right? That's the best we can do through lives, through podcasts, through sharing books, sharing ideas, sharing experiences, all of that. That's what this is all about. So ultimately, that's why I do it. That's why my wife does it with me. And we got some real cool things coming up soon. I got my book that's coming out soon. I'm going to be sharing the pre-order link very, very soon. So be on the lookout for that. In the description is a link to the wait list. So if you get on that wait list, you will get notified as soon as I drop any information on this. All right, and there'll be some goodies that go along with joining the wait list and pre-ordering the book. All right, so it's Detox Yourself: The Secret to Freeing Your Mind and Creating a Healthy Life. It talks about a lot of what I talked about in depth, but it talks about first freeing the mind, because the mind is what is holding most of us back from ultimately changing our life so we can live a happy life, a happy, healthy life, right? So it dives into all that. Um, it it came out exactly how I wanted it to be. So that's what it's all about. So be on the lookout for that. And then remember, I do have my ebook, which is by donation. So you offer what feels right for you, right? But ultimately, it's over 60 pages, 60-page ebook. It has an 8-week program in there to help you transition to a cleaner diet, to get you to change some of those habits and do it incrementally instead of throwing it all at you at once. Has a grocery list on there, some journaling aspects, and some great information when it comes to food combining and calories and healing crises and things of that nature. So be on and check that out if you can as well. So all in all, peace and love, everybody. I will be back online tomorrow. You guys enjoy your Tuesday evening. And man, I can't tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'm out of here. Peace, love, and light.